We've talked about management. What about leadership? What does this brave new world you're describing mean for leadership and for leaders in the 21st
I
century?
think I would say several very important distinctions. One, leaders must lead. You cannot lead unless you're future oriented. Leadership is about the future. Leadership is about a point of view about that future. And leadership is about hope. I cannot say I'm a great leader, but no change, folks. That makes no sense. Leadership is about change. It is about the future. So the first thing is we must have a distinct point of view, not about our current affairs, but how the world can be 10 years from now. That is the first principle of a good leader. I'm arguing strategy and leadership is not extrapolate the current situation to the future, but imagining the future and folding that future in. That means leaders must have a point of view about how our system can operate and what the underlying principles ought to be. And that is a critical part of the book. N equal to 1, R equal to G is a fundamental view of how the world can be. Not necessarily everybody is there, but that's how it should be. I call it democratizing commerce. Because if you think about what we are doing, every person has the opportunity to have their share of voice in how they consume, what they consume, and how much they will pay for it. That doesn't mean the company has to give them what they want at the price they want, but they have to accept it. So that's the first principle. The second, leadership, the metaphor I like to use is that of a sheepdog. A sheepdog has to follow some rules. One, you're always behind. Number two, you can bark a lot, but don't bite. And don't lose any sheep. But you better know where you're going. This, I think, is a better metaphor than the shepherd, because the shepherd can be anywhere, and most of them assume they're ahead of the sheep. The reason I'm saying that, I think, is when talent becomes the critical resource for running these companies, and the talent is distributed around the world, intercultural competence, interpersonal competence, the capacity to get people from different parts of the world, from China, India, Germany, UK, and United States and Brazil, all to work together, requires the ability of a good sheepdog. How to talk to people constantly, how to motivate them, how to get them to see the tasks on hand, and how to reduce the frictional losses in pulling people together from multiple cultures. That becomes a dominant theme. So it is not the great man view of leadership. It is somebody who gets you to be as good as you can be.